Hey friends, welcome back to Gamer Math, and in this video we're going to introduce fractions. Fractions! Everyone hates them. They're the devil's numbers. But the sooner we can get comfortable with them and overcome our fear of them, the easier all of math will be. First, let's talk about what a fraction is. A fraction is part of a whole number, and they're always represented by two numbers. The top number is called the numerator, and the bottom is called the denominator. These two numbers are always integers. An integer is a fancy word for a very simple thing. An integer is a full number, meaning there's no decimals, and they could be either positive or negative. So a fraction is two full numbers that could be positive or negative, and they make up part of a whole number. A common example that is used to describe fractions is pizza. Why? It's something we're used to dividing up, and because how could anyone hate pizza? When you eat a slice of pizza, you are eating a fraction of it, and you're leaving a fraction of it in the box. If I eat a fifth of a pizza, I've left behind 4/5 of a pizza. If I had a second slice of pizza, I'd have had 2/5 of a pizza, leaving behind 3/5. Before I started eating, there were 5/5, but only because I cut the pizza in 5. Because what if I cut it in 8? Then there'd be 8/8. So what does that tell us? If your numerator and denominator are the same number, that equals 1. So 7/7 is the same thing as 50/50. A very simple way to relate this to video games is any game where you have health. In Hades, I have a total of 100 health. I stood in a spot and let myself get shot by a crystal so that I could get some video for this, because otherwise I wouldn't be this terrible. It dealt a total of 7 damage. So I've lost 7 of my 100 health. Therefore, I've lost 7/100, or 7/100ths of my health, leaving me with 93/100ths. So there's 4 more things you need to know about the basics of fractions. 1, if you have a full number that isn't a fraction, there's actually a secret 1 hidden underneath. Anything divided by 1 is equal to itself. We usually just hide that 1 for simplicity's sake. 2, if your numerator is 0, then your whole fraction equals 0. If I cut 0 pizza into 56 slices, it's still 0, and you should probably get a refund from the pizza place. 3, the denominator cannot be 0. It's not allowed. Something cannot be divided 0 times. It conceptually doesn't exist. In fact, try dividing something by 0 on your calculator. You see, you get an error message. 4, a fraction can have a numerator that is larger than the denominator. If I had 2 pizzas and cut them in fifths, I'd actually be having 10/5. But we'll get more into that in a future video about mixed fractions. There you go, step 1 in eliminating your fear of fractions complete. So stay tuned for more videos exploring mixing and reducing fractions, as well as turning them into decimal and percentages. In the meantime, keep studying, keep gaming, keep learning.